Long run causes of comparative development. Now, this is very interesting, but this is very difficult. So you need to do each and everything with me. In total, in this part, we are going to go ahead and we are going to talk about a lot of things. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about approximately take 15 to 16 arrows जो हम यहाँ पे discuss करेंगे, ठीक है? More than that, right? 20 plus arrows actually that I will be discussing. And in the first class that I am doing today, I am going to go ahead and discuss the first 7 arrows, which is going to cover the upper part of this diagram. Okay, so this is a representation of the theories of comparative development. Puri ki puri comparative development related whatever theories are there, all those theories are clubbed together and they are shown using these arrows. But in today's class, I'm going to cover from arrow 1 to arrow number 7. Okay, let's start. So the first arrow says that we are talking about physical geography. Just see here, this is first one. Physical geography. And we are linking physical geography directly to income and human development. We are linking physical geography directly to income and human development. That means to growth and development. And this is arrow number 1. अब ये क्या बोलता है? This says that, earlier geography was considered exogenous. मतलब ऐसा माना जाता था कि geography का कोई भी असर नहीं होगा development या growth पे. But now geography is considered an important factor in the development of an economy. And there has been some evidence which shows that physical geography affects the development in an economy. Also, it has been seen that human activity can alter the geography of any country. तो अगर हम किसी भी country की बात करें, तो उस country की geography को humans अपनी activities के through alter कर सकते हैं, right? So, for example, humans can go ahead and they can harm the environment. They can go ahead and do something good for the environment. So humans can also go ahead and they can also impact the geography. Now there has been some evidence that landlocked areas have less growth. तो ऐसा माना जाता है, there has been evidence that whatever landlocked areas we have, there can be an impact of diseases like malaria. And whenever there will be diseases, it will go ahead and it will lead to lower economic growth. अगर diseases होंगे तो economic growth automatically कम हो जाएगी. Therefore, in this sense, we have linked geography to economic development. So diseases such as malaria become an important part in particular places which can go ahead and affect economic growth. The second thing that we have is where physical geography is linked to local features affecting type of colonies. Local features affecting type of colonies. So what we have gone ahead and we are saying is that whenever we talk about any economy, जब भी हम किसी भी economy की बात करते हैं, in that economy we have some institutions, right, which go ahead and which provide rules. जैसे for example India में there is someone who is deciding what is right, what is wrong. मतलब अगर कोई रूल रेगुलेशन ना हो तो कल तो आप जाओ और अपने नेबर का घर बोलो ये तो मेरा घर है, दिस इज माय हाउस. दैट कैन नॉट बी डन, राइट? सो देयर आर सम रूल्स that have been established by the institutions that you are supposed to follow. There are some rules over the property rights कि who owns what, इसके ऊपर एक रूल एस्टैब्लिश किया गया है. Restrict fraudulent activities. There are institutions which are working to restrict the fraudulent activities. जो भी fraud होते हैं उसको रोकने के लिए भी institutes हैं. Provide access to opportunities. तो ज्यादा population को अच्छा opportunity मिले, उसके लिए भी we have the role of the institution to provide opportunity to the broader population, right? Provide macroeconomic stability. Macroeconomic level पे stability लाने के लिए, to ensure that taxes are collected well, to ensure that subsidies are given well, to ensure that there is constrainment of the power in the hand of elites. ये ना हो कि अमीरों को बहुत ज्यादा power मिल जाए, right? So there is constraint in the power of the elites, right? So all this is ensured from the presence of institutions. All this is ensured from the presence of institutions. Countries with higher income can afford better institutions. अब जो countries के पास पैसा ज़्यादा होगा, there you will be having better institutions also in place. Most developing countries were once colonies. Geography affected the type of colonies that could be established. अब क्या है कि जो भी developing countries थी, whatever developing countries we have, those developing countries, they were once under some other country, like under Europe. ठीक है. Now because the developing countries were under some other country, तो जो भी वो country थी जिसने भी उस developing country पे rule किया के, उन्होंने अपने हिसाब से वो institutions establish किए होंगे. Like for example in India, when we talk about the parliament, right, it was established by the Britishers in a particular way. The government was established by Britishers in a particular way, right? जिस तरीके से India before independence run कर रहा था, it was the way that was decided by Britishers, right? So most of the developing countries were once colonies, ठीक है? और किस तरीके की कॉलोनी वहां पे बनेगी, क्या उस कॉलोनी में जो रूल कर रहा है वो ज्यादा समय के लिए रहेगा या कम समय के लिए रहेगा, what kind of colony will be established was also determined based on the physical environment of that place, based on the geography of that place. So अब हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, that the geography, it decided what kind of colonies will be established. अब अगर एक ऐसी जगह है जहां पे बहुत सारा फायदा मिल रहा है, you know, the place like India, you have seaports also, it is linked to sea also, and you have agriculture also, right? You have good moisture in the soil also, right? So when the geography of a country is good, the colonies wanted to stay for a long period of time. And when the colonies wanted to stay for a long period of time, जब वो ज्यादा समय के लिए वहां रहना चाहती थी, तो they established their own kind of institutions, right? So institution based on colonies, based on geography. So indirectly geography was linked to institute. Geography को हमने institute से link कर दिया. For example, settler cost such as mortality rate. अब अगर किसी country में death rate बहुत high है, many people are dying. So the person who is settling there, the person who is going ahead and establishing the power there, उसको cost बहुत ज़्यादा incur करना होगा on health also, right? So when settlers faced high mortality rate or any other high cost, they ruled from the distance and avoided long-term settlement. अब अगर उन्हें ये लग रहा था कि उस कंट्री में जाकर उनकी अपनी हेल्थ को इश्यूज हैं और वहां पे बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, तो वो दूर से ही रूल करने की कोशिश करेंगे और उस कंट्री में जाकर कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूशन एस्टैब्लिश नहीं करेंगे. So they would like to go ahead and rule from a distance, and they would not like to establish any institution there if they feel that that country has some problems. They believed in steal fast and go out. तो उस केस में they won't stay. वो वहां रुकते नहीं थे. They would quickly steal and just leave the country. So therefore, what we can go ahead and say is that now the physical geography was telling what kind of colony will be established. क्या हम ज्यादा समय रहेंगे एक कंट्री के अंदर या कम समय, डिपेंड करेगा किस तरीके की कंट्री है वो, right? And the type of colony, it was going ahead and so it was affecting the features, and the features was going ahead and affecting the type of colony. ठीक है? Is this clear? So ये पूरा link हो गया. The physical geography, it was going ahead and affecting the local features, and the local features माने geography पर depend करेगा कि क्या वहां पे मलेरिया ज्यादा फैलेगा या कम. मलेरिया कितना फैलेगा उससे डिपेंड होगा कि क्या mortality rate हाई होगा या लो, और मोर्टेलिटी रेट डिफाइन करेगा कि किस तरीके का कॉलोनी एस्टैब्लिश किया जाएगा. सो दिस वाज ऑल लिंक्ड टू ईच अदर, राइट? नाउ अगेन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी, वेदर इट इज अ डिजायरेबल एनवायरमेंट और नॉट, इट विल डिटरमाइन वेदर द कॉलोनी विल स्टे फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम और नॉट. अगर कॉलोनी ज्यादा टाइम स्टे करता है, इफ द कॉलोनी स्टेज फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, देन द काइंड ऑफ प्री कॉलोनियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस विल बी डिफरेंट. And if the colony stays for a low period of time, कम समय के लिए रहता है, then they just have the feature of steal and go. So if they just want to steal and they want to go, then they will not establish better institutions at that place. So the pre-colonial institutions then determined that what type of colony regime will be established. So this is 4 and this is 5. Okay, let's read this out. So arrow number 4. According to S.M. Moglu and his colleagues, after accounting for institutional difference, geographical variables have little effect on income today. तो अगर हम geographical institutions, अगर हम institutional difference को account कर लें, हाँ, 2 countries जिनमें institutional difference नहीं है, उनका income similar होगा, geography का कोई role नहीं रहेगा. This is what we are saying. So if we account for institutional difference, right, then geography in itself doesn't have a much role to play according to A.S.M. Moglu. Statistical estimates imply large effect of institution on per capita income, but ये जरूर देखा गया है कि किस तरीके का इंस्टीट्यूट एस्टैब्लिश होता है वो डिटरमाइन करेगा कि उस कंट्री का इनकम कितना होगा. So it has been seen that what kind of institute gets established in a country is going to go ahead and affect what kind of income the country will be earning. Even whether you are a capitalist economy or a market economy or a socialist economy, it will impact what kind of income you will earn. क्या इनकम बहुत ज्यादा होगा या कम होगा, इससे फर्क पड़ेगा कि आप किस तरीके का मार्केट इकोनॉमी, किस तरीके का इकोनॉमी हो. Are you a capitalist economy or a mixed economy or a social economy, right? Influence of geography on pre-colonial institutions is captured in arrow 4. तो geography पे depend करेगा कि क्या वो colonies ज्यादा time रुकेंगी भी या वो बस चोरी करेंगी, सामान लेंगी, पैसा लेंगी country से और चली जाएंगी. Pre-colonial institution also influenced the type of colonial regime established, right? Okay. Now let's talk about the next 2 arrows, arrow number 6 and arrow number 7. So arrow 6 says, if I just go back, it says, sometimes I have issue reading my own handwriting. So arrow number 6 goes ahead and says, pre-colonial labor abundances. And this is affecting the type of colonies established. So pre-colonial labor abundance माने क्या? It means that what kind of labor you have. Can we have a lot of labor जिसके ऊपर हम easily slavery कर सकते हैं? We can put them in poor situations. We can have things like zamindari system. Or are we not having a lot of labor and therefore we don't want to be in that country for a long period of time? So whether we want to rule as a colony, मैं एक country पे rule करना चाहूंगी या नहीं, it will be determined by what kind of labor we are talking about. So when climate was favorable for production structure featuring plantation, slavery and other kind of mass exploitation was introduced. तो जहां पे हमें लगा कि हम अच्छा प्लांटेशन कर सकते हैं और लेबर भी अवेलेबल है, हमें मतलब जहां पे ब्रिटिशर्स को लगा, जहां पे जो भी कैप्चर करने जा रहे थे कंट्रीज, उनको लगा that we can easily exploit the labor, they stayed there for a long period of time. Comparative advantage differed. Some places sugarcane was grown and other minerals. तो अब क्या हुआ ना कि हर कंट्री का जोग्राफिकल डिफरेंस है. तो सपोज कंट्री ए में इजीली शुगर केन ग्रो सकता है और शुगर केन के लिए हमें बहुत ज्यादा लेबर चाहिए, ठीक. कंट्री बी में उसका ज्योग्राफी है ऐसा कि वहां पे मिनरल्स चाहिए, राइट. एंड ये जो मिनरल है, ये मिनरल के लिए हम लेबर को स्लेव नहीं बना सकते हैं. वी कैन नॉट मेक लेबर स्लेव. इसको निकालने के लिए उल्टा हमें लेबर को ज्यादा पैसा देना पड़ेगा. वी हैव टू गिव देम मोर मनी, राइट. Why more money? Because this is a dangerous thing to do, right? And everyone will not agree to do this thing, right? So the kind of treatment that labor got in situation A and B is different. And it depends on what kind of goods are produced in that country, which depend on their geographies, right? So comparative advantage means that each country had a different good that they were producing. Depending on the kind of good that they were producing, each country had, depending on the kind of good that they were producing, each country had different ways in which the labor was getting treated. Okay. This had long-lasting negative impact on development, economic and political inequality. तो अब क्या हुआ ना कि because in a country, imagine, where there was sugarcane plantation, because there was sugarcane plantation, and this sugarcane plantation was requiring the slavery of the labor. Due to the slavery of the labor, there was inequality that existed in that country. और वो inequality बहुत समय तक रही, even after the colonies were decolonized. Even after जो लोगों ने उन पे कैप्चर किया हुआ था, कब्जा किया हुआ था कंट्रीज पे, जब वो चले भी गए तो inequality exist करती रही, right? So this had long lasting impacts on the effect of development. Is this clear?